Hello, welcome to the KBR Walk and Talk. So I'd like to say also welcome to another episode of this crazy SHIT show, what we currently live in. And where do I start? So the situation in Iran is still ongoing, and we've had a ceasefire, and then we've had the ceasefire end, and then we've had these blockades, and I think the UK's now got about 42 days worth of oil. And the most important thing I want to say in this video is, it might not be to you, but to me it's like this situation is getting really serious, and it's like people do not understand, or they don't even, I don't know if it's not understanding, they don't comprehend like what's going to happen. Like, if there's no oil, no diesel, no petrol, no gas, because we're not producing enough, we're not getting enough imports, the ships can't get in, and basically we need it to continue. It needs to be going all the time. I mean, this oil and this gas needs to be produced all the time. The ships need to keep coming. But if none of that's happening, then our supply is going to run down. And the thing is, it basically affects so many things, like your flights. You need jet fuel going to work, you need petrol, you need diesel. Like for your heating, you need diesel. You need CO2 for food, you need it for the packaging, you need it for the food production. So without all these things, like, how are we going to function as normal? And like, how are you going to travel? So it's just very serious, and it doesn't seem to be stopping, because Iran tried a ceasefire before, and then Israel started bombing Lebanon again, and this just continues, doesn't it? It just stops for a little bit and then starts again. And yeah, the UK's got like 42 days worth of what should I say, oil, and other countries have got more. Like in Thailand, I think they've got 110 days worth, and Australia got something like less than 3 weeks worth. It's interesting, isn't it? The Mad Max films that were about Australia and were filmed in Australia, and then the second one more so than the first one, because the first one, I watched it last night, it wasn't straight at the beginning when the oil ran out, and it didn't take an effect, but it's more in the second one, the Road Warrior. And basically everything is basically desolate, and they're just living in the desert, and there's hardly anything. There's just scraps of oil, hardly any supplies of anything, hardly any food. And is that the world we're going into? Because it might not happen overnight, but gradually it could. That is the very extreme situation, shall I say. But basically everything starts off, doesn't it, like a bit at a time, and it's just like it takes time to get worse and worse. It doesn't happen overnight, like nothing changes that fast. And yeah, it was set in. But that's the thing, if things stop and things are not being produced and things are not being maintained, then yeah, it just becomes what you call it, just basically brings down the standard. Actually, a better word is systems collapse. And this is what they want, isn't it? They want the fossil fuels, as they call them, to end, because they basically want you to have an electric car, so you're limited to where you can go, and then they're going to make electric expensive as well, and owning an electric car become expensive as well. So they make it harder and harder for you to travel further away, and this is what they want. They don't want you traveling abroad, they don't want you enjoying your life, they just want you to live in a 15-minute city, as I've said before. And people, like, I don't know what is going on with people. It's like society in general. You have football fans, and they're just like not interested in their life, they're not interested in having a better life. All they want to do is just wait for the weekend. They just want to work a crappy job, Yeah, some might have good jobs, I'm not saying that, but their focus is just the football, and they retain all this information, like the names of the stadiums, the name of the players, how much the transfer fee was, and it's like none of that shit matters. It's not important. Like, why are you celebrating 22 millionaires kicking a leather ball? It's like, you're living your life, you're struggling, and you're saying your friends around you, your brother, your sister, your wife, your girlfriend, or your husband, your boyfriend, and none of them are special to you. So you have to look at a complete stranger who you've never met, don't have anything to do with you, and you're putting them up on a pedestal, and you're just basically saying nobody in your life is worthy, and you have to be a fanatic and basically devote yourself to a team and players who don't give a shit about you. And like, there's guys who sit in the living room and their wife saying come to bed, or come to the bedroom, and they're like, want to stay and watch the football. They'd rather watch 22 men playing football together rather than entertain their wife or girlfriend. And I just don't understand that. I just feel like, why would you make that choice, you know? And these football players, they're a bunch of tossers. They get paid millions, and they never spoke up in 2020. They was playing these games behind closed doors, and not any of them spoke up about the fans not being able to watch games. And then they carry on following the agendas. They put their rainbow armbands on, they bend the knee, they follow every single agenda so they don't upset their paymasters. And it's like, yeah, we all got bosses, we all wage slaves if we don't own our own business and we're working for somewhere else. But a lot of us have more dignity, and we wouldn't follow these agendas. We would just walk out, or we'd just refuse to do it. Like, if my job said wear a rainbow armband or something like that, I would never do it. I'd say this is not what I want to do, and I don't believe in this. But they just prostitute themselves to the highest bidder. And you so-called men are supposed to be like tough men, and they go to these football games and they go, oh yeah, I'm going to do you, to the rival fans, and they're like, want to get in scraps with them. But when it comes to actually standing up for anything against the government, they don't want to do anything. They're nowhere to be seen. They're too busy, like, sitting in a pub with like 10 mates and just talking bullshit about football. So that's the thing, isn't it? If you have people like that, just move out of the way, let real men actually stand up. Actually, some of the women are more men than the men nowadays, because you've got so many men on their soy diets and got no masculinity because they're vegetarian, they don't eat meat, they don't get protein, and they've just been feminized from the system and all the pressure and the indoctrination. But yeah, it gets me onto interesting facts. And I'm not judging anybody who's done this, but when a guy watches porn, it is very gay. So let me explain. If a guy is in the video and he's completely naked and he's got his penis out, and you're watching it and you're turned on, yeah, you can say, oh, you're turned on by the woman. But if you're watching a guy having intercourse, so say, that sounds old, having sex with a woman, yeah, and then he ejaculates on the woman, sorry if that sounds too graphic, I was just trying to get to the point here, that is really gay, isn't it? If it's two women and you're a guy and you're watching it, that's not gay. But if you're watching a guy, because you're basically, you're not just watching the woman, you're watching the guy giving it to the woman, so it is very gay, isn't it? And I know people have been manipulated into this, and when you look into it, the porn industry, basically a lot of porn companies are run from Israel. There's a rabbi what runs Pornhub, and yeah, and that's the thing, that's why it's free, isn't it? That's why you can download it online, because they want to break the family, they want to break the relationship between male and female, because they don't want there to be love there. They just want basically just have loads of partners, and you don't have that intimate connection with someone you have feelings for. Oh, it's a bit dodgy. Can I get across? Sorry, just got to watch where I'm going so I don't get wet. Path's a bit waterlogged. Okay. So yeah, it's like, I'm not judging anyone. I know loads of people do it without realising they're doing it. And yeah, it's like, you could watch a fit woman have sex with a guy, but it is gay when you're looking at the guy. If it's just women, it's not gay. But it's the thing, they love to manipulate everyone to do what they want them to do. So you get manipulated so many aspects of life. You're indoctrinated, you're programmed from birth, you're programmed when you're at school. That's where you get most of the damage done to you. And yeah, it's just basically these forces around you, like basically forming your opinions because they programmed you to think a certain way. Oh yeah, and I must touch on these countries like Australia and America asking to see your social media. And I can't believe the response of people when there was an article in the Bangkok Post, so that's the #1 English speaking newspaper in Thailand, and they also got The Nation, but I'm sure Bangkok Post is the biggest one. But basically, guys on there saying about the USA is requiring applicants from Thailand to basically open their settings in Facebook to make it public, so the US authorities can check your Facebook account. And their response is, well, if you expect to go into another country, you should be able to show your Facebook account so they can check you out. And it's like, and they don't see nothing wrong with it. It's like, well, it's so intrusive, and it's none of their business, is it? Why should you have to share your online accounts? I mean, what has that to do with anything? And like people pointed out as well, you got the USA and Trump not even showing you the Epstein files after he promised to reveal all these files, and they're still hiding it away from the public, protecting themselves and all their pedo friends. But they want Joe Public to show all their Facebook accounts. And same in Australia, innit? How many of them have been doing dodgy stuff? And they're being the Epstein files as well, some of the Australian government. But no, we're just pick on the normal people. Oh, look at these baby ducks. See, this is nature. Look how clean that water is. It's like so nice. It's so much better than the cities. Yeah, don't worry, sweetheart, I'm not gonna come near your babies. But yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? It's what I love in the summer, because all the water's clear, and in the winter it's bloody, yeah, it's a higher tide, but it's not as nice. So much more pleasant in the summer. Well, it's not summer yet, it's spring, but you know what I mean. Bit of sunshine and we all go crazy in this country. So yeah, I always forget as well. I'm going to put it on there anyway after a few minutes, but I see people watch my videos on BitChute. I get most of my views on there, but please can you like my videos, and please share around and subscribe if you watch my videos all the time, because it'll help me. I don't want to sound like copying everybody else, but I'm going to say it anyway. It helps with the algorithms, especially on YouTube. But yeah, any support is great, and it just helps get the videos out there. And ideally, I like to get out of working and do this full time, but I find it hard working and doing these videos. I'm trying to work on ways to get out of work, like passive income and other things, but it's still a long way to go. But yeah, any help, like, share, subscribe, comment, you know, it all helps. And I know sometimes my video quality is not excellent. Trying to improve that as well. Hopefully now the weather's getting better, the video should look better as well, because I get a lot of grey skies where I live. I mean, that's the UK in general, but I seem to get more in Lincolnshire than I do in other areas. But yeah, we're just going into unknown times, unknown territory, and I do not know, and I can't guess what's going to happen this year and next year. I know obviously we're going to get more problems with the energy, more disruption, but with war, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be this year or it just keeps going on, like these little attacks, or we have a bombardment for a couple of days and it stops again. Because a lot of countries are moving towards conscription. Okay, so it's not mandatory conscription in most countries, but there is movement in their laws and legislation to basically keep widening the scope on reservists and conscription. So the USA has basically got this select service system. So I think it was 18 to 26 year olds would be placed on that, and then Germany, basically you had to ask permission to leave the country longer than 3 months if you're 17 to 46. The UK has extended the age for ex-regular soldiers who have served in the past, and they've upped the age limit from 55 to 65, I think it was. And who else? It's also conscription in a few countries now, like Croatia, I think all the Scandinavian countries, and more European countries are opening up to it. And all the budgets as well are increasing. USA is going to spend $1.5 trillion on the defence spending in 2027. Oh yeah, and I must get on to the juice. So you can clearly see Zelensky is on the juice, because I'm pretty sure he's Ashkenazi, and they've passed this law. So I think it was denying the Holocaust will get you 8 years in prison. And they also have this in Germany, don't they? This is the most famous one. And then Russia passed a law in 2014 making it against the law to criticise or deny the Holocaust. But the thing is, if this was a real offence, then why the need to prosecute and arrest people for denying it? And what gets me, I've seen this video at Auschwitz, and they removed the ovens. Well, they said they removed the ovens, they might have never been there. But it's like, why would you remove the ovens if it's supposed to be the worst genocide, which is a lie? Why would you take the ovens out? Because the Bolsheviks killed far more people than what they claim in these prisoner of war camps. And what about the 2 million Germans what starved to death? And they didn't classify them as POWs because they'd be covered under international law, and that would be a war crime. But because they was classified in a different category, they was allowed to be starved to death. And I think was it Eisenhower who was overseeing that. So that is like a genocide, really. It's a bit like the Irish genocide, isn't it, with the famine. But yeah, that's all we hear is the 6 million. What about the... I don't even know what the true figure was as Holodomor. Something between 20 million and 60 million people, isn't it? So wiped out loads of white Christians. And what gets me is people go to university, and I remember seeing a poster Karl Marx, and it's like, are you that brainwashed? And it's like, if you're a Christian and you're supporting communism, you not realise like they would put you in a camp, and like they went to these gulags, didn't they? The little prisons, wasn't it? What was it? These prison camps, and basically they're going to be over the slightest little thing. They might even just choose to do it to you and just send you to one. But they went after all the Christians, didn't they? And we know the Bolsheviks were funded from Wall Street in New York. And they were trying to make out communism's Russian. It's not Russian. Communism is Jewish. All the isms come from there. That's why they make all these systems, don't they? Capitalism, communism, racism, all the isms to divide people, don't they? To make us think like, oh, we got a choice. But really, they control all the sides. They control both fractions, good and bad, left and right, blue and red. And another thing, someone pointed out the other day, when they say English, Scottish, Irish, Spanish, Turkish, because they say ish and British, it's because they said the Jews were hiding, because basically they got kicked out of, was it 100 countries or 109 countries, and basically they changed the names at the end of the name, because the Spanish should be the Spaniards, the same as the British should be Britons. So there wasn't no ish before, but they added the ish on to hide, to cover up them being there. Yeah, because there's so many lies about everything. There's so much deceit and so much deception. But yeah, I don't know where we're heading. It doesn't look good at the moment. Food's going to get less and less, isn't it? And then I'm saying about chicken and pork, there's going to be shortages. The British government had a Cobra meeting. They got a contingency plan lined up. And you look at Australia as well, like saying about them, but they've had massive chicken flu, coals, don't they? Be calling, what do you call it? Didn't they exterminate a lot of chickens before because of the bird flu? But yeah, it's just leave that there. It's just a quick video. I've been meaning to do one. I've been so busy lately. I've got a few things to organise, and I'll tell you more in a few days. I hope you're all well. Keep up the good fight, as the others would say. And yeah, let's just keep our head in here, keep our eyes open, our ears open, and just watch what's going on, and be careful and start planning, start having a plan B and a plan C, plan D if you can. It's not always possible because of finances, but yeah, always be thinking things are going to get harder, especially if we can't travel as far. It's going to be a pain, isn't it? And I just want to say as well, I'm always negative about the government in this country, but I remember the other day just going through the countryside on the bus in Lincolnshire, and I was thinking, this country can be quite beautiful sometimes. So England I'm talking about. Like, I've had happy memories in Kent, happy memories in Bristol. I used to love the summers in Bristol. Lincolnshire's quite a beautiful county as well. It's not so much nice it's not so nice in the winter, but in the summer it's really nice. Anyway, people, I'll leave that there. Thank you for watching, and take care. Speak to you soon. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, if you're not aware, I'm on TikTok as well, so just do little videos on there, and it's not always connected to these videos. I mean, sometimes I just do separate videos, but only short ones. But it's more for this channel, it's just to promote the channel. But yeah, check it out. It's just the same name, KBL Walk and Talk. And I'll leave it there and I'm going to go this time. Thank you for watching and take care.